Hello, in this video I'm going to try and show you how to make the cylindrical tub design. A bit innovative because it actually has a round base and it's all made in hoop. Like nearly all of my designs, it starts by stitching an outline on tearaway stabiliser, covering it with wadding, stitching another outline and then trimming the edges off. I've done that on this piece because that's not very exciting. It's stitched the outline, there's a little mark extra made here and there's a rectangular shape made at the end to show us where to put some fabric. In this video I'm making the one with striped sides made of strip and flip fabric. You can also make it with plain fabric. That's how I've given the instructions in the printed copy, the written copy. So I've got 6 pieces of fabric here because there are 6 strips. You can do them 2 different fabrics, 6 of each. You can do it in 3 different, 2 of each. No, that's not right, is it? Anyway, I've got 3 different fabrics and 2 of each, that is right. You could have them alternating, you could have any mixture you like really, you can have them quite random, depends what you've got. You can use scraps or you can use jelly roll strips, are quite good for this. So my first piece covers that little rectangle at the end. And my second piece here goes over the top of it face down, because this is the next stitch, or the first seam is going to stitch the 2 together and we'll go on from there. And when that's chunted back into the position for the next stitch line, I'm going to flip just the top fabric over like that, pull it down taut, not too tight but smooth, and stitch across the next one. And we carry on in this way. This is my third fabric. I'm using the same colour thread all the way through. This partly is to save time on the video, but also because most of the colours are invisible, they're just the stops are just to allow you to do things like this. And I've just threaded the machine up with the colour I want to use for the quilting, the bit that will show. So there's my third piece of fabric face down over the second, and it's stitching in place. And again, this upper piece flips down like that and stitches down. And then I'm going back to another piece of fabric the same as my first one. It really is very quick to do this, especially if you've taken the trouble to choose your fabrics first. I must admit, when I'm doing these normally, I just go away and look for a piece of fabric that I like the look of. I haven't tested this design yet. This is my test, so some of the steps might need a bit of jiggling about because I might have not got them in the right order. This does happen sometimes. So there's that one, flipping and stitching. It's not called stitch and flip for nothing. That's just tacking it down into place. Here is the next one. Notice that mine aren't cut to a particular size, they're fairly random. As long as they're long enough, it doesn't matter. That's the beauty of in the hoop sewing. You do the cutting out afterwards, not before. we are, and this one's stitching down. I've got one more piece. That. And this last piece goes in. Like that. And that's stitched down. We'll just flip it over and stitch the tack down, and then the stripping is finished. So we've got 6 nice pieces, all the same width. We haven't had to measure anything yet. There we go. That's going to strip down there. There. Now the next colour is the simple diamond quilting. It's quite important, this, because it adds some rigidity to the final piece. It wouldn't stand up very well without it, so it is an important part. I'll start it going, but then I'm going to stop the video because you don't want to watch it doing the whole thing. So there we go.